Imagine yourself before the pandemic going on a trip to Italy. You've meticulously planned the details of the trip, where you'll be staying, what you'll be doing, and most importantly, where you'll be eating. Because you have to experience the local cuisine, right? Now, why is that? Well, fast forward a month or two after the trip, when a certain aroma reminds you of the delicious fettuccine alfredo you had in Italy. Now, every single time you think of that dish, you'll immediately think back to the memories you made in Italy. And that, my friends, represents the bonding power of food, practically the connections between all of your memories. Whether it's their nostalgia or cultural aspects of a particular dish, you'll always be left with an amazing taste in your mouth and a memory in your mind. As I mentioned, trying the cuisine of a new location is probably the first thing you think of when planning a trip. And this is because certain regions are associated with particular dishes, like Mexico associated to tacos. With this association, when traveling, I like to order a dish that uses various cooking techniques and has a base flavor that can be customized, like eggs Benedict. It's not only a way to replenish yourself after an exhausting journey to get there, but also a great way to experience the region firsthand by focusing on these customizations. I'm not a big fan of traveling. Well, even cooking by yourself is a great form of self expressing your identity in relation to your heritage. Food is used as a crucial part of maintaining a family's history. Think about your ancestors immigrating to America and all the valuable experiences, traditions, and most importantly, recipes that they brought with them. Without all of these things being passed down to you, you wouldn't have a sense of who your family is. With them, you can incorporate tiny pieces of your heritage with every dish you make, whether that's adding more spice to a dish like your great grandmother, or cooking the potatoes a little bit longer like your grandmother. Now, have you ever heard the saying, let's break bread? Well, it's a phrase coined to represent a communion or bonding between people over an amazing dish. Wherever you go, food provides a sense of togetherness, as it's something we have in common with every person. Think about a classic movie involving friendship. When one character hopes to make amends, they tend to give a peace offering in the form of a dish like 2 scoops of ice cream. Similar to this small exchange between best friends, think about the magnitude of cultures that bond over delicious dishes, like leaders of countries meeting and sharing a meal together. Food especially provides a sense of belonging as it's common ground that can be established within any environment. Picture this. You're headed out to a prospective mentor who you'd like to schedule a meeting with. You'd probably do it over some coffee, right? Why? Because without the coffee, it's practically a formal interview. And with the coffee, it becomes a way less stressful and more exuberant situation. The food here directly changes the entire tone of the meeting. And the first couple things you'd say to this individual will probably be about the coffee, instantly breaking the ice and starting the meeting. Different cultures have also brought along different views of traditional foods in relation to the holidays. For example, on Thanksgiving Day, my family and I make some staple Thanksgiving recipes, like herb roasted turkey and mashed potatoes. But with this, might be completely different than what you do on Thanksgiving Day, which just exhibits the beauty of different cultures. We tend to either absorb new cultures we're exposed to or add our own twists to them. If you're Italian, you may add the traditional recipe of gnocchi to your Thanksgiving table, or paella if you're Hispanic. Either way, with our personal experiences, we can put a bit of ourselves into every dish we make. Besides the basic consumption of food, it's amazing to see how diverse the spectrum of dishes, or even the terminology of cooking, has changed over the years with the introduction of cultures. In a similar manner, food can also stand to symbolize a specific area or time of year. For example, when I think about gingerbread cookies or candy canes, I think about Christmas. These foods were not entirely created for the holidays, but we now associate them with that time of year because of our memories. So the connection goes both ways. And with my perception of the holidays, I'm able to bond with those around me, relating to the yummy desserts we had over winter break. There's even science supporting this information. The hippocampus is a critical part of creating memories in your brain, and it's also having strong connections within your brain. As you know, food stimulates 3 of your senses: smell, taste, and sight. You're able to smell the beautiful seasonings used to make the food and taste them as well. Even the presentation of food you see is sometimes enough to make you hungry. These triggers of senses allow stronger connections with memories, as the hippocampus is connected to parts of your brain responsible for those senses. So there's a direct connection between your memories and cuisine. For instance, when you ate a sweet chocolate bar for the first time as a child, your brain registered the thoughts, emotions, and senses that were triggered at the time. This subsequently created a memory or neural pathway. So whenever you may eat a chocolate bar now, you may feel a sense of nostalgia. This set of actions similarly applies to any memory that you visualize or make when eating a food. Overall, food has an amplitude of functions, uniting individuals within a community with the sharing of food, preserving a family's heritage with the passing down of food, or creating an impression with the symbolization of food. As Cesar Chavez once said, if you want to make a friend, go to someone's house and eat with him. People who give you their food give you their heart. Thank you.